Hey, time for your daily reading. You know the spiel. Time is irrelevant. You create your own future. This is merely guidance for you to help you navigate to where you intended to be and to help you navigate through any ridiculous beliefs you might have that you're not worthy of what you want. What am I looking for? There it is. Okay. Ready? Clear your mind, clear your heart, take a deep breath. God, guides, universe, fairy godmother, guidance please. Singer of healing. Aw, someone's healing today through music. You probably heard something or watched a video somewhere that is helping you clear some blocks and obstacles in your way that you made for yourself. Probably having to do with the way you communicate to yourself and to those around you, and to the way you think to yourself and to those around you. You're actually excited to move forward into the future. Whoa, sorry. The Singer of Healing is about letting go of wounds and damages and allowing the healing flow of the universe to assist you. This is about internal dialogue, communication with others, deep, telepathic communication, the universe talking to you, and this is signs, symbols, synchronicities, partnerships, unions, connections with people that are really deep soul level connections that help you heal. I mean, heck, this could even mean that you're gaining some benefit from watching this video, and it's going to help you, to manifest something for yourself that you really, really want, that would make you happy. Aw, yeah. Let go of the self-limiting beliefs. Allow natural magic to take its course. Communicate what you desire to create, and communicate it as if it's already done. Don't attempt to manifest something from the midpoint or from, a place of unworthiness. Communicate it from a place of happiness, joy, and knowing that you're worth it. This is a test for you, actually, to see if you're ready to be able to handle this kind of an ability without messing things up. So maybe you were constantly keeping yourself within limiting beliefs because you were afraid to manifest something or to even manifest anything for yourself. You just, kept going on autopilot. And now you figured out that it's not that difficult, that you're doing it every breath you take is a manifestation. A whole bunch of cards just fell out, and the basic gist of all of it was that the worst is over yet again. So stop replaying the worst in your life. Because every time you replay the worst case scenarios, you're going to keep getting more of those. It's basically like watching a movie where you're constantly replaying the worst part over and over just to keep yourself from moving forward in life. Is there anything else with this? It's almost as if you've been so afraid to be happy that you've constantly kept yourself in a state of pain and healing, kind of like picking at a scab so you don't let it heal. Just because you're afraid of what you would be like if you were an actual happy person, secure in your own power to create, having the companionship and support of people around you. And I just had the greatest sense of deja vu. Wow. Whew. This has been a big lesson for you, one that you've replayed repeatedly for a long time. 2 + 3 is 5, and then there's another 5 here. 55, so you're going through some changes and shakeups in your life that are changing the way you do things in life and the way you do things with yourself. And depending on how you treat yourself and how you communicate to yourself, You can either go to an aspect of yourself on a timeline where you're happy and your heart is open and you trust the universe and your own ability to create, or you loop back into a state of healing and pain and grief because you're afraid of being without that pain. It's kind of like having negative emotions towards someone in your family or your job or an ex or a future partner or future potential, and you'd rather hold on to the pain or, illusions of them being not good enough, or that they hurt you, or that, you're not good enough or something, just so you don't experience the best in them, because it's easier to hold a prideful thought against them than to see them for who they truly are. You deserve better than what you allowed yourself to receive. That's the basic of this. I can dig deeper into this, but the message would still be the same core thread of this to you. Allow yourself to receive the happiness that you intended to receive before you were hurt. The pain that you manifested for yourself, you manifested in order to learn how to heal that kind of pain, so you could share that pain with other people so that they can heal from that pain. On a soul level, you did something for the collective that was very self-sacrificing. And now it's time to give yourself what you truly are worthy of and what you've been intending to receive for a while. Every time you've been close to receiving this beautiful relationship, you sabotage it and you go back to pretending you're too hurt or unworthy. And that's enough of that. Just simply allow yourself to make peace with the past. Stop replaying the negative versions of the past and allow it to change into a beautiful future. You can be married to somebody for 50 years, and if all you remember of that marriage is a fight, that entire marriage is going to feel tainted to you. You can have the best family in the world, and if all you remember is that you were in a hospital and no one visited you, or something where you were healing and there was no communication regarding that healing to you. You were limited. You were denied. You were kept under. What you wanted to hear wasn't said to you. So you moved through a gate with your heart closed because the communication wasn't there and you thought that you were moving forward alone. But the communication has to come from yourself first. You have to imagine what it is you want to hear, and you have to say it to yourself first so that the other people can hear your energy and your vibe and come to you and tell you what it is you intend to hear. Because if you keep whispering to your own self in your own mind that you're unworthy, everyone will think you're unworthy. If you keep yourself in a state of pain, everyone that comes into your life will be in a state of pain with you. This is a really positive energy for you, and it's something you've been manifesting, and I know it's scary to move forward and to leave the pain of the past behind, and to actually move forward with those that hurt you, or you think they hurt you, but it's what you want. And in reality, nobody hurts you. You hurt yourself. You allow people to hurt you. You tell people on a subconscious level how to treat you. And if people are hurting you, then in some way you've hurt yourself and they're reflecting it back at you. So the only person you have to forgive is yourself, which is the hardest person to forgive, which is why this card is the first one that came out. A 10, new beginning. You can't keep going back to the past and blaming other people to keep yourself limited. You can't keep thinking that your mom did it to you, or that your dad did it to you, or that your ex did it to you, or that the community did it to you, or that, the love you want is never going to be given to you. And that's enough of that. Allow yourself to be happy. Even if you don't know how, make the decision to be happy. Clearly state to yourself right now, I am intending to be the happiest, healthiest version of myself that I can be. Yeah, look at this. Use the Queen of Swords energy inside yourself, that inner biatch, the inner critic, to get mad at yourself and to move forward with that righteous fury within you to get yourself out of this mess that you've made for yourself. You got yourself into this mess with your thoughts. Get yourself out of it. If someone's left you out in the cold, intend that you bring warmth back into your life. If someone stole from you, intend that you receive what was stolen. If someone, this isn't even about someone else. This is about you. You yourself. You've been denying yourself the privilege of having a beautiful life because it's easier to be a bitch than to be kind. It truly is. So what this is telling you is make the decision to use those words within you, those spells, the power of creation, to get yourself out of this. Leave behind, walk away from, neglect the feeling of being abandoned and left behind. Leave the feeling of being left behind. Like that. And then what you have is the decision to take the power into your own hands, to move through the gates of your life and the lessons, and to allow love and to experience love, to communicate with love and in partnership. So therefore, these two in this spread mean that you are leaving behind feeling victimized. You are leaving behind feeling poverty-stricken. You are leaving behind feeling betrayed and cheated on. You're leaving all this behind. And it's because you made peace with that aspect of yourself that you thought, itchy finger, that you thought was, a negative or bitchy or critical or whatever. It's actually a graceful, beautiful, elegant side of you. And when you communicate to yourself negatively enough times, the most beautiful being becomes the most ridiculous dragon you could have ever encountered that just is ready to bite your head off. This is all about inner communication and inner dialogue, which then opens the way for the world to reflect back at you the love that you have within yourself. Again, communication from spirit regarding matters that have gone on for 8 months to 8 years, or with 8 other people in your life that you have turned your back to because you've been playing the victim. You've been playing the martyr. And it's enough of that. Your wishes can come true. You simply have to make the wish as an intent and to experience it as if it's already happening. Slowly but surely, you will take what little you have or you've allowed yourself to have and make more from it. Because in reality, you can make a lot with what's right in front of you. You can take a tree and turn it into an entire house, or at least a portion of a house, or you can make a bunch of houses for the birds and then the universe will give you a house. You can take all of the grass you're trampling over and ignoring outside and start planting flowers, and the universe will bring you friends and family and relationships in the forms of things that blossom and bloom. If there's a mountain that you have to climb it surely and slowly and steadily. Be responsible with yourself and with the people around you, and with your own energy. And for goodness sake, quit being your own worst enemy. I mean, really, what have you gained? And I'm going to give you a little mom lecture right now, okay? Because apparently I'm really good at doing this. What have you gained from being so pathetically victimized to yourself? What is it that you're gaining from being poor? Other people's sympathy? Fuck their sympathy. What do you need it for? What have you gained from ruining relationship after relationship after relationship after relationship after relationship, after reconciliation, after reunion, after marriage, after family? What have you gained from shutting people out of your life because of thoughts in your head? What have you gained other than possible STDs or a fat belly or wrinkles or tears? What have you gained? What have you gained from constantly moving away from those that love you, turning your back to them and pretending that it was their fault? What did you gain? Because what you could gain is the best relationships in your life, the most amount of self-love anyone has ever seen, to be a beacon of light for the world that makes the world have to put on sunglasses with UV protection to look at you. What have you possibly gained with poverty and victimization and inner critic dialogue that is horrible, and decisions to constantly move away from those that open their hearts to you, to constantly keep yourself in a state of pain, and to talk negatively about yourself and your previous partners or your future partners? What have you gained from being secluded and, repressing your connection to energy? What are you gaining from it? Oh, Lily, give it a break. What have you gained? Because if you turn this around to its highest vibration, you yourself and you have the power to get yourself out of any mess you've made for yourself. Any relationship you were in where you felt betrayed or abandoned or neglected has the potential to be the best relationship. Any family member that's hurt you has the potential to be really kind to you. Your career, all of these issues affect your financial life. All of these issues affect your health. I mean, if you're keeping yourself in a state where you think people hurt you, abandoned you, stole from you, neglected you, cheated on you, blah, 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 how do you think your heart's feeling? How do you think your mind is doing? How do you think your body is doing, or your skin? What do you think your family is doing when they're constantly looking at you, moving from one relationship to the next, leaving a trail of broken hearts? And then your excuses are pathetic. I don't care if there was violence, I don't care if there was cheating, you manifested it. You are the creator of your own reality. If you look back for yourself in your own memory banks, you will realize that the moment you were cheated on or abandoned or neglected or walked away from, a few weeks before, you had those thoughts that it would happen. It didn't happen. You weren't warning yourself that it happened. You manifested it into happening. This is what I'm talking about regarding claiming your own power. You're denying that you create your own reality so you can play the victim. It's ridiculous. I mean, you can do what you want. Heck, play the victim as long as you want. But that's how you're going to end up being a 90-year-old if you make it that long. Living alone, drinking your brain out, damaging your organs, if your organs even survive that long with the amount of grief you're feeding them. It's not okay for you. And as someone that loves you, as someone from your soul group, allow me to be the mother to you. You unconditionally love yourself. Unconditional love exists within me. The presence of love is the absence of judgment. When you're dealing with this, love is missing and you're fueling judgment. So release the judgment of what was and what could have been and whatever, and make peace. Your imagination got you into these messes. Your imagination can get you out of them. I've said this time and again. You cannot heal and have a healthy relationship if you haven't made peace with the ones that were damaged. You simply can't. And I'm speaking from personal experience as well. Regardless of how many people I date in the future, if me and my previous partner don't make peace, I'm always going to have that open wound within me that won't be healed. So why continue to do that when you can imagine a better outcome? Whether they show up or not is irrelevant. Change the way you remember things. Change the way you feel about things. Change the way you communicate about things. Change the way you take action in life because of the things that happened. Allow your words, your grace, and your power to be dignified and full of integrity, so that even at your lowest low, you can sit there and make a fortress out of the broke down palace that you lived in. You don't have to be afraid of being happy. You don't have to be afraid of forgiving, and you don't have to be afraid of receiving love from someone that hurt you. Because if you are afraid of those things, then you're living in the past. I realized that a long time ago when somebody I knew cheated on me repeatedly in my 20s. And after we had separated, he had come back a month later. And we dated again for a few months after that, and it was like nothing bad ever happened in our relationship. Because we had learned from the past, we had made peace. Vajrayogini, the essence of all Buddhas. I have the power to make each moment sacred. Everything is material for my liberation. Again, more of the same information for you. You have the power to make each moment sacred and take everything that happened and liberate yourself. The love of your life still exists. The perfect job, the perfect employer, the perfect family relationship, the perfect everything for you exists. You simply have to allow yourself to receive it at its highest vibration instead of, oh, but am I worth it? Is it really? I mean, I've been sitting here for so long and it's comfortable being in this mess. If I leave this mess behind and move forward, then I'm actually going to have to admit that I'm in charge of my life and take control of my sovereign divinity and move forward slowly and steadily into the life I want, which means to never, ever, ever experience this pathetic experience again. Or you can just stay here and talk about it and pretend you're doing it over and over and over and do this. Yeah, I'm leaving it behind. Oh, look, I don't like it again. I'm leaving it behind. Oh, nope, I'm gonna go. Oh, never mind, I'm back. Oh, you don't like me? Okay, that's fine. Let me go back to this again. Oh. The human collective, I swear to God. See? Christ Almighty. Achilanda, the goddess of never not broken. Everything happens for my liberation. I choose to become only more love. Everything is material for my liberation. Everything that happened to you is to show you how to be better. If I could say this to the person that really screwed me over a while ago, through my own manifestations, because I used to have negative thoughts about this person, man, the things that we could do now together as a new partnership with both of us being in charge of our own lives and creativity and the power of creation within us, it wouldn't matter if we were broken to smithereens or back to stardust. From there, you can choose again and again and again to become more love and more love and more love. Oh, you have more rock bottom? Thank you. Let me make more empires for me and for you. You bring me more sorrow and pain? Great. Let me liberate it into pleasure and joy. Oh, you're doing all of these things and you're talking so bad about me? That's fine. I allow the love within me to create glory out of the judgment you throw at me. Oh, you cheated on me? That's fine. Now I know how to be completely faithful and loyal to myself. Oh, you were violent to me? That's fine. Now I know better how to be graceful, kind, and gentle. Oh, you abandoned me? That's fine. Now I know how to always be there for myself. Oh, you're not communicating with me? That's fine. Now I know how to listen to my own needs. All of this is a lesson for you. And if you get stuck in this bullshittery, I'm going to buy you diapers. God, I mean, really, if I could get the attention of the entire world, one of the main things I would tell them is quit being a bitch. Because it's ridiculous how much love there is for all of you in the world, and you guys constantly, and I've done this myself too, stick in a mental state of victimization. Because sympathy seems to be more important to you than unconditional love, freedom, and deliberate creation. Oh my God, again, look at all this. The Black Madonna, Our Lady of the Hermits. I transform pain and suffering into a greater capacity to love. I was just telling you this. Transform everything in your life into a better version of it. You were hermiting yourself. You were alone. You isolated yourself. Why? To be better, to transform things better, not to isolate yourself and drink yourself into a drunken, belligerent state. Khadisha, the mother of believers. I am spiritually and financially abundant. I provide heaven and earth for myself. Because someone else denied them to you, now you can create them for yourself. So why blame the other person? They did you a favor. Catherine Laborde, the patroness of miraculous healing. I am ready to heal. I am worthy of the miracles meant for me. You can't make this up. I really couldn't make this up if I tried. This is you, Yamoja, the goddess of all that flows. I am an ocean of creative energy. I give birth to what exists within me. You created the mess you encountered to get yourself to be better. Sappho, the poetess. I love every inch of my body, and I love the woman in my life fiercely. The women. Ooh. Wow, I used to have a harp like that. Do you have feminine issues within you? Is your feminine energy out of balance, and were you dating somebody who triggered you with this? Oh my goodness, do I really want to dig into this right now? This would be a whole other reading, but let me just clarify this for you right here and right now. You will never ever be able to find the proper relationship for you if your masculine and feminine energies within you are imbalanced. Allow yourself to be at peace with the woman within you. Make peace with your mother. Make peace with your sisters and your friends. They are not there to tell you what to do. They are there to show you a reflection of yourself. You are just as much woman as you are man. You are just as much man as you are woman. Oh, sweet child. There's so much for you to remember about yourself. And I know it's not easy to get over the pain you've caused yourself and to accept responsibility for the things that have happened in your life. But there's no other option. You are within a holographic reality which will continuously and perpetually repeat the cycles of pain you're in until you move away from the creation of the pain within you. Until you learn how to manifest peace within you instead of pain. And the first step to do that, to show the universe the action to take, is to make peace with the aspects of your life and the people in your life that you feel conflict, strife, regret, or remorse for, including the feminine and masculine aspects within yourself. It must be done in order for you to have the life you intend to have. You cannot continue your life on autopilot anymore. You're learning more and more how to manifest, so you must be aware of your thoughts, your actions, and your intentions. You must be authentic to yourself. Perpetua, the saint of authenticity. I am authentic. I am my authentic self in all circumstances. Marguerite Porete, the mystic of divine love. Love is divine, and I am nothing except love. Let the pain go. Make peace with yourself and with those around you. And I just got the biggest movie scene in my mind with a message that flashed in front of me like a movie screen trailer. So hold on to your tushy, okay? If you have the audacity, the nerve, the gall, and the balls to manifest and think negatively and to imagine scenarios with the people in your life in a negative vibration, you then have the ability, energy, gall, and balls to manifest, imagine, and visualize those experiences in a positive, benevolent, loving, and authentic way. Stop making excuses for how other people treat you when you sit there imagining the worst of them more than you imagine the good. I love you. Please love yourself more than I love you. Love the people around you more than I love you. Love yourself more than the earth and the God loves you. You might not be able to in one lifetime, but at least you're attempting.